Hey, what's up, y'all? So look, I want to talk to you about this particular New Balance shoe, the 990 version 5s, by a Canadian-based company called Haven. Alright, so what Haven is doing is putting their own unique twist and spin on this particular shoe, and I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on it. Make sure that you're keeping locked and stay tuned. Let's jump into it. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back once again to the DC show. It's your boy T McNeil. So yes, we're talking about the Canadian-based company Haven is putting their own spin on the made in the United States version of the 990 New Balance version 5 shoes, and I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions, but with a twist. They're coming with the 990 version 5s, but they will be coming in reflective accents. So I don't know how you guys feel about reflective accents. As I mentioned before, guys, about the fact that New Balance, I think, in my personal opinion, is starting to kind of get away from reflective accents. If you guys notice, if you are New Balance fans, you will see that a lot of the shoes that come out nowadays, they just don't have the reflective accents. The styling is the same. A lot of the materials is the same as far as like the netted mesh cages, the suede materials, etc. The end cap logos, the made in the United States logos, etc. All of that still remains the same, but again, the reflective material that they normally would put like right around the toe box area has kind of ceased to exist. So what Haven is doing is they're pretty much incorporating that back into the shoe, and I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on it. As far as the release date, guys, it will be coming out on December the 6th, which is roughly this week, 2019, for 280 Canadian dollars. All right, guys, yes, you heard me right, Canadian dollars. Again, Haven is the one who's sponsoring this particular New Balance shoe, and again, the company is based out of Canada. So 9 times out of 10, this version of the 990 version 5 probably won't reach the United States, but we'll take the information with a grain of salt, because depending on how well these shoes sell over in Canada, it's a possibility that New Balance can bring them over to the States, all right? Which is kind of weird to me, because if it's made in the United States, it should be sold in the United States, all right? But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here today to get into that, all right? So it is what it is, man. Now, like I said, guys, $280. It's not U.S. dollars. Canada has a different currency. So to me, from a U.S. dollar standpoint, that's a lot of bread for a New Balance shoe. And as I mentioned before, guys, I said, hey, I don't know exactly what is justifying these price hikes for the New Balance shoes, because again, we're talking about 15, 20, 25 years ago. They're pretty much using the exact same materials. The branding is probably the only real thing that's going to change in the shoe, okay? But to me, that doesn't justify a price hike, all right? But I just want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on it. Now, as far as NewBalance.com, I'm going to let you guys know as well, you can find these shoes or very similar shoes. Okay, I mean, really similar to a T. The only difference is pretty much, I think, is that maybe the outsole is slightly different. Okay, they're still all blacked out. You still have a lot of the same badging and the same logos, but at the same time, again, the midsole is very similar. The only difference is the shoestrings might be a little bit different, and the fact that they're not reflective. All right, so let's get into the shoes, man, because I want to let you guys actually see it for yourself. And bam, right there on your screen, you got the left and the right shoe. Now, I do like those shoestrings because they kind of have like a speckled design to them. But not only do they have a speckled design, guys, believe it or not, these shoestrings are reflective, just like the body of the shoe. Now, if you guys look on the left shoe, or the kind of the right portion of the image, you can kind of see the little reflective strips right at the bottom of the toe box area. That's what I was talking about. Now, those do pretty much light and glow in the dark, guys, as you can see for yourself. Well, you're not going to be able to see it on this image, but the image is through the thumbnail, if you guys paid attention. So that was the reflectiveness of the material, okay? But you do have suede in there. You've got your classic New Balance in. You got a netted mesh cages on the toe box area. You got netted mesh cages on the tongue as well. I do like the interior portion of the shoe. From what I can see from the outer portion of the interior, you do have some leather there, which is vastly different, because normally the interior portion of the shoe is what? Cloth, okay? So that's something that they decided to change in this version of the shoe, and I do like it a lot. I do like those plastic panels as well. I like all of the stitching. I like the New Balance brand in the front of the toe box area. You pretty much can't go wrong with that. All right, so let's take a look to the inner portion of the shoe, guys. Bam, right there on the front of your screen. And you can see the Haven branding, guys, that I was just talking about. You got model number 990 version 5. You got the spec number, and you got Haven Apparel Incorporated, which again, guys, is a Canadian-based company. Again, you can see the leather material on the outer portion of that shoe right there, guys. And then on the outer portion of that, you've got the netted mesh, and you've got a blacked out shoe liner there as well. So I'm a big fan of the branding itself. And again, you can kind of see the speckled design on the shoestrings, but as I stated before, with the thumbnail, the shoestrings also glow in the dark. So that's a nice little touch coming from New Balance. All right, so let's go to the front image, guys. And right there on your screen now, you do have a blacked out American flag right there. That's also reflective from what I can see. It does say made in the USA. Pretty cool, you know. You can see the eyelids very close up and personal. They're all blacked out. You've got some leather interior right there as well. Again, you see the shoestrings for yourself, and you got the tongue coming in that netted mesh material. And I like the suede panel that the Made in United States logo is actually sitting on. So again, that's pretty cool. It's blacked out. I mean, you know, you really can't go wrong with that. All right. Now we go to the rear image of the shoe, guys. Bam, right there on the front of your screen once again. Now this time, guys, you can see the two-tone midsole. You got your end cap logo right there. You got your New Balance branding on the back panel of the shoe, which looks like it could be some type of a patent leather, or it could be plastic. I can't really tell exactly from the image, but it does look pretty good. You do have individual stitching. You got the version 5 logo on the back heel base of the shoe. That looks good as well. And then you got more stitching, of course, that goes around that portion. So you've got your netted mesh cages. Okay, you've got your suede material there. Okay, you've got your rubber midsole and rubber outsole right there. Okay, you looks like you have, again, some sort of plastic, or it could be patent leather. You know, but again, we can't really confirm that. So it is what it is. All right, guys. And obviously, there's no image of the very bottom of the shoe or the outsole, so we just kind of have to use our imaginations with that. But from what we can see, it's definitely all blacked out. And usually, 9 times out of 10, most New Balance shoes look the same at the bottom. Either way, it's not really anything that's different. But one thing I will say about New Balance shoes is that they're very sleek, they're very stylish, and they're very. Aside the fact of what people say, they call them dad shoes. You know, they call them Bama shoes or whatever the case may be. You know, that's a term from DC. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you wear what you want to wear, and you wear what's comfortable. But like I said, New Balance has always been a staple in Washington, D.C., and in my opinion, it still is, okay? It's still a very stylish shoe. It is a running shoe as well, okay? You can jog, you can exercise in these shoes, but from my city and my culture, you know, we don't typically exercise these type of shoes. We use it as a status symbol. We use it for style points, you know, and it's a shoe that we pretty much chilling, okay? You know, we cool out in, you know, whatever terminology you want to call it, you know, that's what we call it, DC, all right? But like I said, they all blacked out, man. I like the leather and the materials. I like the status symbol of them. I like the N. You know, I like the netted mesh cages. There's a lot of different materials going on. But again, all right, guys, so make sure that you drop a like for the video. I would definitely appreciate that. Make sure also that you share it with all your family and friends, as I always say. And before you guys decide to click that X button, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. That would definitely help out the channel as well. I will leave a StockX affiliate link down below in the comment section in case you guys are looking for these or any other shoes